I'm Jane. Welcome to my sunroom. This is my happy place inside during the winter. I love to grow seeds and plants. If you haven't seen my winter sowing video, I will put a link in the description. That's also something fun to do during the winter. But today, we're going to talk peppers. And it's kind of funny because I like to eat sweet peppers, but I don't really eat hot peppers. I'm kind of a wimp about it. But I have a son that loves peppers, and I have some siblings that love peppers. So it was a challenge for me to get them to germinate and grow. Last year, I learned the paper towel method with the Ziploc. So what you do, I'll show you a step-by-step with this one. You get a Ziploc, you get any type of paper towel, or I have a napkin here. You can also use toilet paper. And you want to cut it down to the size of it. So let me show you that. You just cut a little bit here and get it in there. This germinates very quickly. With tomatoes, they're so easy. You just put them in soil and they seem to grow overnight, just a couple days. But peppers, they seem to be really difficult for me to get to germinate. So I've got some striped bell peppers that my friend traded with me. I love to trade online. So what you do is you just take a couple of these peppers, and I'm going to try two different methods to show you. And you put a couple of them in here. This is what I like to do. I like to take a water spray bottle, and I like to get it, you don't want it sopping wet, but you do want some moisture on the napkin or paper towel. And then you take the peppers. I'm going to do 5 of these, and you just kind of place them on top of the napkin. You just kind of place them on top of the napkin, and it makes a little greenhouse. It does a little greenhouse effect, and then you zip it up like that. And the one thing about peppers, they love bottom heat. They love heat where the soil is. You're not doing soil with this, so you can put this on the refrigerator. They don't need light to germinate. They need heat to germinate. So this saves you a step as far as seed starting mix goes. So I'm going to write this on here so I remember what I had in here. It's called striped bell. It might be aloha pepper, but I'm not sure. So I'm going to write striped bell. And then I want to write the date. And the date is 2/1/21. I want to see how fast these germinate. These ones have only been in for a couple days, but they're already getting precipitation on there, kind of humidity in there is what I meant to say. And I wrote the date. This should go a lot faster than just putting it in soil. And I can give you an update on that when they do germinate. You'll see like a little tail, and then at that point what you do is you take a little toothpick, or you can do your hands, but you don't want to snap it. And you just take it out and put it into an already prepared cup or anything, a pot that you have, and you put it in there, and then you push around it. And I can show you that when they germinate. So another idea that I found out, this worked really well for me. I was so excited that I finally got my peppers to germinate. And peppers, hot peppers, can take almost up to a month, so 7 to 21 days to a month to germinate, and I don't have that type of patience, so I like to get a head start on that. Another one I figured out this last little bit, I was with some rose friends, and we were trying to propagate some roses from cuttings, and we made little greenhouses. All this is a produce bag with a tie. So let me show you how to do this. Really simple. I got a produce and I've got a tie. And I've already got this prepared. I put potting soil in it. So the difference between potting soil bag and seed starting bag is the seed starting mix is going to be a lot thinner, and it is better for starting seeds. But I don't have the money to spend $5 on a bag this big when I can get a bag this big for 10 and it still works for me. So I'm going to put some of the same striped bills in there. We'll do the rest of them. I think I'll just do 2. And all you do is you take your already prepared, this is potting soil, but you can do the seed starting mix if you feel more comfortable. And then you're going to take, just put your hand, a little seed in there, and then cover it up. Okay? So this is what I was doing a couple years ago, and I was just like, okay, it's ready, put it under lights. But sometimes they would just rot out and they would not germinate. So this really helps. Just stick it in a produce bag. Right here I have a bread bag. Can you see the bread bag? Just use what you have. Don't go out and buy a whole bunch of things. Just use what you have. So then you're going to take and you're going to twist it up. You're going to see the humidity come on the outside of this bag pretty quick, and then you'll know it's working. Now let me show you some reveals. These are really fun. So these, I wish I would have put the date on them because this is a hot pepper and it came up pretty fast. I think it was around 9 days. It was pretty fast. So let's open these up. This one is called Prairie Fire Pepper. I believe this one's a hot one. When you start seeing sprouts in the bag, then you start opening them up. And then at this point, I haven't watered it once. At this point, come on down here. I like to put it in water, bottom water, and then you can put a whole bunch. Let's open up some more. This one, I noticed a little sprout in there, and I didn't put the dates on them, so I don't know how long it's been going. I wish I would have done that, because it's just fun to know how long it takes for them to germinate. But I'm busy. So this one is called a black hawk pepper. So this is another hot one. I'm not gonna eat it, but this is also a hot pepper, and the foliage turns black, and it's more of an ornamental pepper, but it's hot. You can eat it. Look, this has probably been going 2 weeks or more, and look how tiny it is. That's why I start my hot peppers really early. Some people might think I'm jumping the gun, but I also have a big room with a big window that can let a lot of light in. I use these supplemental lights up here. Can you see this all the way over here? This is just a shop light from Home Depot, and this is a grow bulb. So these let a lot more light. I also have a fan for circulation in this room. So I really love this room. It makes me really happy to be in here and to grow my plants. Okay, back to peppers. We want to make sure any type of reusable pot or thing that we have, or a cup, make sure it has drainage at the bottom so you can get the water out. You don't want them to rot. You don't want your seeds or your little seedlings to rot from too much moisture. All right, let's open another one. This is fun. A lot of people's setups for lights are more of a shop light that is long, and they only have so much space, and I understand that. So you want the lights pretty close to it, and that way, and sometimes you can get bottom heat, which is, I'll throw up a picture, but you want bottom heat from a heating pad. But if I used a heating pad on all of the seeds that I start, it would be very expensive. And a lot of people will start just one tray of 72 or whatever, and they will get the little sprouts and then move them out. But I found this to be very economical. You already have a lot of these things, and it just was fun. Okay, let's open this one up. This one says, this one is a pepper I'm gonna eat. It's not too hot for my tongue. This one is King Crimson Sweet Pepper. So right when you start seeing these little sprouts from these bags, now the warmth has done its job. Now we want the light. And it still needs warmth. You need to have a room that's warm enough. That's why we start using the lights. But if you get to the point where they start coming out too fast on any of them, let me see if I can find they get leggy. They get really tall, and then they're not as strong. But the fan will help with that, help with circulation. Let's open up a couple more because it's kind of a surprise and it's fun. So here we go. This one I see sprouts, so I'm going to start opening it up. This one is one of the Baker Creek seeds. Let's see if I can say the word. Habadonda? No, I'm saying it wrong. It is the habaneros that have no heat. So see my little sprouts? They're not very big. They're still pretty tiny, and you can see some of them are just barely coming out. But at this point, you want the light and you want to bottom water. So that's why I put them in this tray. So let's open up some more. And I do save the bags. I'm almost done planting all my peppers out. And don't stress if you haven't started. There's lots of time still. But this is a pepper that I did last year. Sugar Rush Peach Pepper. And see how it's not very big? It still got kind of small. It was crowded by all my tomatoes that I love. What I did is I overwintered this pepper. I brought it inside, put it in a pot, and I put it inside so that next year when it starts out, see the difference? Let's see. See the difference between this one and this one? This one will look big. It'll take a couple more months to be this size. But this is kind of a head start if you can overwinter your peppers and bring them inside. One thing about overwintering peppers, this one I got from one of the, probably Home Depot or Walmart. This one is a Gypsy Pepper. Also, I think it's the same as a Cubanelle pepper, and they're really good. I like sweet peppers. But my mistake, this is my first time doing this, was not washing it off proper. So what you do is you take it, you chop it down pretty good, and you bring it inside. And I needed to get rid of bugs because it has aphids on it. So if I would have taken the time to do neem oil outside or even spray it with water to make sure I don't bring any bugs in. So this one's kind of frustrating because I brought some bugs in. But if you can see some of these aphids, not very fun. But the neem oil should kill it. And I'm also going to try diatomaceous earth, DE, if I even said that right. I'm going to try DE and see if it catches it a little bit better too. But I will continue to do this because this pepper, look how big it is. And I had chopped it down pretty good, so it was a good sized pepper. It had gone up pretty good. And you chop it down and you kind of prune it and then you bring it inside. And this one's going to have a head start over all the other peppers I start from seed because the peppers from seed are going to take a lot longer. This pepper, when I start putting it out in like the beginning of June or the end of May, if it's warm enough, this one's going to start producing peppers for me way faster. And it was just kind of a cool trick that I learned. So I hope you've been having fun with peppers. So we've opened up quite a few of these. Now I want to show you how to divide peppers out. So these guys are little fish peppers. There's 2 in this little tiny cell. And usually I put them in bigger ones, but I had these and I thought it was kind of fun to try. So I'm going to take and put them in their own individual cups. So I already have one prepared. Remember the drainage, we want the drainage. And this is how I do this. You kind of take it and squeeze it out a little bit. Don't be afraid. You don't want to pull on the actual stems. You want to just kind of have it in your hand. So then we're going to take, all right, that one right there. We'll put some more back in there. So you'll see, there you go. I was able to get 2 of them, okay? So I'm going to put one back in the same one. And this one down here, I'm going to make a hole in there with my hand. And then I'm going to have a spot for it to kind of push it in there. And then kind of push all of the pretty soil around it. Now it has its own cup. And I think I'll just use this one again because I kind of already have it. but you could keep the soil around the roots. You don't have to take them all the way off. Let me put a little more. This is potting soil. Let me put it in there, if you can see this. Yeah, kind of making it fall over a little bit. Didn't get them exactly in the middle. I'm gonna try that again. So don't stress it. Put them in there, push them kind of down, and put some soil around. I didn't get them exactly in the middle, but it's okay. And then I've got lots of fun dirt, which we love. Helps us with endorphins during the winter. And then I'm just gonna write fish pepper on these real fast. You can make your own tags, just like over here. Come on over here. See, I made these tags out of plastic cups. Then we'll come back here. I'm just gonna write fish pepper on both of these. And this one already has a label, but there we go. So super simple. That's how you divide them out. And they might stay in those cups for quite a while because they're, like I said, they don't get very big. Let's see this one here. This one's a Sugar Rush Peach, and they're looking a little leggy. They're looking a little tall. This one started growing before I got all my lights set up, and it was reaching for the sun because I got a big window right here. But I'm going to divide these ones out real fast, and I'm going to show you. I think I'll leave the two small ones in the cup, and then I'll take these and put them in their own cups. So I have reusable nursery cups that sometimes in the fall I get plants for $1 each. And stick along, maybe I will show you some of those, how to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some soil in it. I'll go about halfway. It is kind of wet because I was using it for my winter sowing over here. I'll do about half again. I'm going to take, sometimes you can do your finger, you can do a plastic spoon. You don't have to tip it up all the way. I want to keep these ones in the pot. So here we go. I'm just going to use my hand like a shovel. I'm going to go deep enough that I can see. Now I got a little plant. This one's a Sugar Rush Peach Pepper. What's kind of funny about this, let's find this one over here. I found this one crowded by tomatoes because I love tomatoes and I eat tomatoes like crazy. And I thought, oh, Sugar Rush. That's going to be a sweet pepper. That will be so yummy. All I did was put it to my tongue and about died. But my son, he loved it. And it was, I didn't taste it. It was too hot. But he loved it. He said it has some sugar. But don't be fooled by the Sugar Rush part. It's a very hot pepper. So you take this and you put it in the very wet because like I said, I was using it for winter sowing. And then you kind of build up the soil around it. And that kind of helps with, here, let's see if you can see in here. I'm going to kind of just, my soil's pretty wet, but it'll be fine. Let's see if I can keep it in the middle a little more. He likes to go to the side. That's okay. And I don't want to totally, but this is one way to help with legginess, is just get it back in there, and it should be fine. With tomatoes, you can go way deep, and they do fine. So this guy should be good. And I got to get a label on here before I forget. I probably should have done that before my hands were all gross. But isn't this what we want? I want my hands to be dirty. I love playing in the soil. Which is really kind of funny because my mom, when I was little, I hated bugs, and I still do. But my mom never thought I would be planting and playing in the dirt. But it makes me happy, and I really love being happy. So this one's a Sugar Rush, and this marker's not my favorite. Sugar Rush Peach Pepper. And then I want to put that in there, and I don't think I will do the other one right now. I think I will do that off of camera, but I wanted to show you some more varieties that I have because it's fun. This one is called, this is another Baker Creek. This is called Jigsaw Pepper. It's a hot pepper, but it's variegated. So I'm growing it because it's gorgeous, some of the ornamental, and I'm also growing it because some of my family loves the hot peppers. And it's the same thing. If you look in here, I've got two pretty tall ones. I will take those out, put them in their own pots, and then I'll continue to let these grow. if you could come in close, you can start seeing the variegation, the striations, and fun on the leaf. When this one gets bigger, it's going to be gorgeous. If you've liked this video, go ahead and give me a like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. And just have fun with it. Bye.